Hi, this is Mark from ExtremeOverclocking.com. With me is Ben Schulteis, and we're going to be taking a look at the Rheobus 203 kit from PCMods. The Rheobus allows you to install multiple fan devices, lights, into your computer and control the amount of wattage that goes to them by turning these knobs here up and down. And we're going to show you how to do the installation, give you some first impressions, and tell you a little bit about the device itself as we go. What we've got first to show you is the Rheobus itself, and it's a pretty simple design. You've got your LEDs up here that'll bend down so that they fit your case, and we're going to install the knobs on here so that they'll work in the computer alright. Here on the back is where you're actually going to plug in your devices to. You'll need to strip your wires, which is potentially a problem if you're not used to doing it before. It's nothing difficult, but we'll walk you through doing that. But you just strip your wires, and you're going to put them right in here, and then you can control the device easily like that.
This is the tracing tool. It's going to slide right here on top of this 5 1/4 spacer. Trace it, drill will go right through. It's a nice pattern. These are the bezels. They're going to put the lights inside the spacer, hold them in place. And there's 4 of these knobs that are going to hook onto the Rheobus and just make it look pretty.
Yeah, underneath the knobs you're going to be putting on these washers and nuts on here so that the knobs will be able to turn and everything and not have to worry about those getting stuck. Thank you PCMods for sending this install guide here. It's a page front and back of just how to install this thing, how to keep it from blowing up your house and computer, little tips like that. And tells you the contents that you should have, which we have obviously, and have gone over already. And we're going to go ahead and start the installation of the Rheobus. So just bear with us. If you don't understand anything, you can send an email to mark@extremeoverclocking.com, and we'll be able to shoot you back an answer, or possibly send you to someone at PCMods who knows a little bit more about the device and see what they can help you out with. But we're going to go ahead and get started. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and get started with the drilling. The first bit that we're going to be using is a 1/4 inch bit, and we're going to use that to drill the smaller holes for the Rheobus, which is where the LEDs are going to fit in. And the second one is going to be a 3/8 inch, and that's going to be used for the knobs. We're using just the phone book to drill on because we needed a harder surface and we're ghetto. Can't afford the modern tools, such as workbenches. But we're going to use the phone book, and we're going to apply the tracer so that it's nice and straight on there, and it's adhesive on the back so that it'll stick on the bay itself, the spacer itself. And now we're going to go ahead and get started with the drilling.
We're going to make sure that tabs are not going to be pushed on when we drill, because you have to apply force, and if you break off tabs, you only have so many spacers that you can replace it with.
Exactly. Okay. Commence drilling. Alright, we didn't have quite enough cable coming from our fans as we once thought, so we're going to go ahead and strip down our fan wires ahead of time and add on some wire extensions I brought from the house. These are just pulled off of an old power supply that was broken. They're pretty much universal there. You can use just about any one you want. I'm going to try to stick with the same colors so that it's, looks better than it normally would. But we don't have any wire strippers this time, which is kind of bad. So just using straight scissors and some gray electrical tape, and we're going to go ahead and get this thing ghettoed out, make it work, let it fit, and we'll worry about the long-term effects after we finish this thing. That's fine.
Mark's going to be putting the washers on the front of the Rheobus, and then after he's done putting washers on all 4 of them, he's going to take the spacer, put it on there, and bend the lights so they go through the pre-cut holes. Once he has all that set up and puts the bezels on the lights to hold them in place, he's going to take the nuts and screw them around the Rheobus. Once he has all that situated, he's going to take the knobs and the Allen wrench and tighten it around the knobs on the Rheobus so it looks all nice and professional.
these are our bezels. We're going to use these to hold the leads in, so I don't lose them here. But they're going to go on. Just going to push through the holes that we got here in the front, so that the leads will just be able to pop in there and they'll be stuck, so that way they don't come out whenever the device is running. And next we're going to show you the finished product. So stay with us. Alright, we got the all the leads in there secured in place. We got all the bolts on there, all the nuts on there. Now we're ready to go ahead and install the knobs. So we'd make sure that we turn all of our knobs that we have on here right now to the off position, or to no wattage going through. And then to install it, since there's not really a set place in here of where we're going to be able to put this thing, we're just going to look at the little indention on the front of this silver knob and put that down at the bottom corner, so that we know, hey, it's in the off position when we're looking at the wrong system. Now is whenever you bust out your Allen wrench, and we've got the size all set up there correctly. And then you just tighten it in there so that it doesn't fall off whenever you're using it. Now you can control the wattage going through just by turning that beast, and it looks nice. So I'm going to go ahead and get all these on here. Then we're going to go ahead and install some of our fans. We're just using 80mm fans. We've added extensions onto some of them. Some of them we didn't need to, so you're just going to take the black and the red and put it on the their allocated spots. It actually says red and black printed on the circuit board. Let's see if I can zoom in there. Get that. Yeah, so that's pretty nice. That's useful. And that's that. So we're going to go ahead and get these knobs installed, and then we'll help you out on that.
Let's see, where's this one? Looks nice and easy.
Alright, we've got the knobs attached to the front of the Rheobus now, and it looks nice and professional. We weren't sure how that was going to look, because whenever we were doing the drilling, it started to slide around a little bit and got some edges torn, but it turned out to look alright, as you can see. So we're having no problem there. Ben's going ahead and installing the power connectors into their spots that are on there. You're going to need a flathead screwdriver to do this, pretty small on the end so that it's able to fit down in there. And you're just tightening it in so that it gets a good contact between the power cable and the Rheobus. So that's what we're doing right now. Red to red, black to black, as it's listed on the Rheobus on there. We're using one of our non-modified 80mm fans. So we're going to see how this turns out with modification and non-modification, and then we're going to try to control the speed. So keep with us, and we'll see what's up.
That round one gets grounded, it's good. It's grounded stuff. Cut it off, just jump in.
Alright. Is that it?
Yep.
Alright. Okay, now we've got all of our wires connected to the back, so we're going to go ahead and plug it in to the computer. As you can see, we've managed to wire from just about everywhere. All these exposed wires will be hidden as soon as we put the plate back on the case. But for now, we're going to go ahead and get the power installed on here. We're going to put all of the stuff back on and hope that it doesn't blow up. Yeah, hope that they put it on. Alright, so we've got the give or take the bottom piece on. Had to do a few adjustments, sliding the cables in here so they would fit back on correctly. And these things are. these things pushed back so that it'll go on. And now we snap in the Rheobus. Excellent. Alright, in order to get the blacklight display to work in this computer, we're going to have to undo one of our already plugged in cables and hook it up in there. He did his own little blacklight mod, got the light at Pep Boys and spliced it out himself. Had the same voltage as his computer power supply had, so hey, why not?
Okay, it's ready.
Alright, we're ready to boot up. A moment of truth. Make sure that they're all off. And
Lights. Notice how the lights will brighten the more you turn it up.
they're all the way up. Yeah, you're going to want to set them up just to wherever you feel that you're comfortable doing. The louder you want your machine to be, the higher you want to turn it up. The cooler you want your machine to be, the higher you want to turn it up. Keep it about midway here. There's a stopping point once you get the notch to the midway, so the light is to stay there. I'm going to plug in live wires here. It's always interesting and safe.
Do not do this at home.
Hear that, kids? It's all about the power. Alright, we have a blacklight display going now. Turn your window on.
This is a window also available from PCMods.
Yeah. And now we're ready for some good air circulation. See if we can notice a hearing increase as far as volume goes, or kick signals. Oh yeah.
Yeah, just slight. I don't know, the fans are quiet to begin with, but you can hear them. We're up just a little bit.
You can actually hear the airflow going through now. It's kind of soft. Whenever you start cranking them up a little bit. We're not going to go all the way up to the 17 watt point. Yeah, we'll probably just leave them about minimum here, or middle point. 17 watts per channel is the maximum. You're able to add more devices per channel so long as they don't exceed 17 watts. The fans, we could probably stack them, put 2 per watt, and we would have been safe there.
Overall, I seem pretty pleased with the Rheobus. It looks great. It was pretty easy to install. It's great for anybody who wants to mod out their case.
Exactly. It serves its purpose.
The only complaint that I do have about it is $60 is a lot for fans control, but it looks really cool. And if you have a mid-sized case, we had to make the extensions for the fans because sometimes the wires aren't long enough.
Yeah, this is not a problem with the Rheobus, but it would be cooler if it were able to take if we were able to have a plug-in of some kind, maybe some extension cables.
Where you didn't have to splice the wires.
Yeah.
You could use these kind of connectors.
Yeah. If you want to hit the lights, we'll be able to actually watch the brightness of these things go up. Sweet. And as we crank it up, you can see it gets quite a bit brighter. Oh yeah, you can hear the air flowing in there. A lot cooler. That's awesome. That's what you want to hear. You want to be able to hear that your fans are working to the, how they're supposed to. Now that's cool. Alright, and that's the Rheobus kit from PCMods that you can get for $59.99 off their website, PCMods.com. Again, any questions can be sent to mark@extremeoverclocking.com.